When I first saw these online, wasn't too impressed. However, after getting them in hands, hot damn, these are damn near perfect. Yo, what's good guys? My name is Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a detailed look and review on the Air Jordan 4 Nike SB collaboration. And just in case you guys wanted to see the box, this is it. Typical Air Jordan 4 box, but just kind of creamed up. Oop, that was a weird way to put it. And on the box label, it does say Air Jordan 4 Retro SP, and the SP stands for Special Projects. So whenever you see that on an Air Jordan label, again, that means special projects. It means that the shoe just had a little bit more of a budget, therefore you got a little bit more elevated materials. Typically it's with collabs, but it can also be with regular releases as well. And like I said before, when I pulled these out of the box, the shape alone was phenomenal, dude. Like, I know that they've been working on the Air Jordan 4 and its shape since the Black Cat release back in, when the heck was that, 2019? Yeah, I can't remember when the shoe released, but anyways, the Black Cat Air Jordan 4 was kind of that first one that I saw where I was like, yo, the shape is crazy. And then every Jordan 4 since then has had a refined shape and they've been tweaked little by little. This one I just feel like is the best one. I thought that the military blacks were like one of the closest, and then these are just perfect. But anyways, this is not the first time that Jordan Brand has collaborated with Nike SB, and most sneakerheads today just kind of associate the collaborations with Nike SB with the Air Jordan 1 line, mostly because that's kind of what they've been collaborating with primarily, like the Air Jordan 1 Low, and there's like cost inversions, there's the Air Jordan 1 Highs, and multiple different releases. However, the Air Jordan 1 and its skate scene really started way back in 1985 when the line first started. A lot of skaters grabbed the Air Jordan 1 upon original release once they were marked down on clearance because it was just an easy shoe to skate in that did not break the bank. So skaters loved that shoe. I don't remember hearing anything about skaters skating in a Jordan 3 or a 4 or anything like that, but for all I know, maybe they did, and that's why we have something like this. I'm not really sure. However, again, this is not the first time that Jordan Brand has done skate releases, and those Jordan 1 Nike SBs are not the first. So if we take a look back all the way to 2005, a young skater named P-Rod, most of you guys might know who he is, actually had his first shoe with Nike SB, and there was a version that was called the J-Rod, and I thought that those were crazy. I saw those the first time I was actually with you. It was just this weird looking skate shoe, and it had elephant print and Jordan logos all over it. And I was like, what the f is that thing? Turned out that it was P-Rod's shoe. 2015, they actually re-released the shoe, but not quite like the original. I don't like them as much as the original, even though they do look really clean. Then shortly after the J-Rod releases, there was actually the Air Jordan 1 Low Fats. And those were one of my favorite shoes at the time. I had so many different colorways of those. And basically it was a puffy tongue version of an Air Jordan 1, obviously in a low top form. And that was originally their debut skate shoe and stuff like that. And then shortly after that, there was an actual specific skate model called the Jordan Flipside, and not all of the colorways were great. Some of them were made after the Air Jordan 3 white cement and black cement, but my favorites happened to be when they started dabbling in the later models, all of which took inspiration from the original colorways of the Air Jordan 12. So there was a white and red one, there was a white and black one, aka the Taxi, there was a playoff one, there was a black and red one. They were fantastic. And then they never made another skate shoe after that until they dropped the SB collaborations with the Jordan 1s and things like that. So just a little bit of history on the Jordan Brand and its skateboarding background and stuff like that. Not a full-blown history, but if you wanted to, I don't know, cop one of these hoodies, there's actually a online store attached to our channel now, so you could just shop and watch at the same exact time. And on top of that, it helps us out. So if you wanted to do that, we'd appreciate it. Now, as far as the shoe is concerned, they're supposed to be a little bit different than traditional Air Jordan 4s. Honestly, I don't feel much difference between these and, say, the military blacks, which I wore side by side. I had each one out, and one of the things was like, there's a puffy tongue, there's more padding in the collar. There's not. It's just a regular Air Jordan 4. I heard that the midsole was slimmed down and that the 4-foot air unit was taken out. I don't actually know if that's true. I won't know unless somebody actually cuts these open, and I know I'm not. Like, I spent way too much money on these. I'm definitely not cutting these open. But I really don't see Jordan Brand doing that, because that would take a brand new tooling. That would cost so much money, it's just ridiculous. So I don't see them doing anything like that for something like this, when they can literally just slap a regular Air Jordan 4 midsole on there and call it a day. The slim down toe is definitely a thing, but it's not for skating. It's just, this is an original shape. Like, they're finally making it, you know what I mean? Like, this is amazing. And then the last thing that they supposedly changed for skate purposes is all of these little, they would be a harder plastic. They were changed out to a softer rubber. Is that true? This back piece right here just feels really weird and gummy. This I actually really like. Like I would not mind if we got regular Air Jordan 4s done like this, because I don't know if you guys have had the same problem that I've had. Not every colorway does it to me, but a lot of them do. The fire reds were the worst. That thing shredded. I have not worn them since. I only wore them once and they almost destroyed my Achilles. But yeah, the military blacks I wear on a regular basis. They don't mess up my ankles or anything. But again, if they were to make them just like this, I wouldn't mind whatsoever. It's just way softer, way more comfortable. I think that was a good move. But anyways, as far as the outsole is concerned, we got a typical Air Jordan 4 outsole. They've just done things a little bit differently. One of those things is adding gum rubber to the toe and the heel. And I think that's another great move. Not only does it look great, but gum rubber is much tackier than regular rubber. This works really well for both basketball and skateboarding. So if you're talking about grip on a basketball court or grip on a skateboard, even though, you know, a skateboard has grip tape, so it really helps out. But anyways, this right here will elevate that grippiness just a little bit more. It's basically in the two zones where you would flick. So I really like that. You got the toe flick, you got the heel flick. I think it's great. The midsole, like I was saying, feels exactly like the regular Air Jordan 4 midsole. So I would love to see something like this cut open by someone else. You know, hint, hint, Foot Dr. Zach or Rose Anvil. Those two, like if you guys want to cut these open, be my guest. Let me know after you're done because I'd like to see what's inside. But what I believe is inside is a polyurethane midsole, obviously visible air in the back, supposedly a removed air sole unit in the front, but I doubt that. If it is actually in there, there should be something in there in the forefoot, a traditional air unit in there. The air unit in the back though is red, which I thought was a really cool touch. I really like the way that it looks, especially offset with the green. You can see that again up at the tongue with the branding, with the Jumpman and the Flight logo and stuff like that. I just think it looks really slick, so I dig that quite a bit. The colorway and the color blocking obviously are an homage to the military Jordan 4s, so that's got a military blue look. We just saw that again with the military blacks, but this time around they actually made the upper kind of like a cream or an off-white, which I believe is what the original Air Jordan 4 in the military blue colorway looked like. I've only had 2 retros of that shoe, never an original. One of my retros did have this like off-white look. It was the first retro. I can't remember what year that was, 2006? Forgive me, there's too many damn shoes up in my brain, so if I'm not getting that right, please correct me down below. And then the other one, I can't remember the year of that one either. That one was all white, like it wasn't like an off-white or anything like that. So I've had 2 different styles of the shoe, and yeah, I don't remember which one's right. I want to say it was like this, but I could also be wrong because I don't know if they would actually do that back in the 80s, like have that sail look, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Obviously we have suede up here. Suede is great for skate shoes. You know, plenty of skate brands still use it. A lot of them call it like super suede and stuff like that. DC is known to do that. Something though that I think is really weird is that they didn't really alter anything along the upper for skating. So I thought that was very strange. Like for me personally, just a triple stitch alone would have been sick. That's very traditional with a lot of skate shoes, especially on these toe rans, because as soon as you do a couple of flick tricks, that gonna bust right through. It's gonna eat up the threading and all that stuff. It's gonna peel away the layers. Anybody that skates knows that triple stitching is the way to go. Another thing that I probably would have done is actually replace the suede right here with rubber. That would have been a really cool thing. A lot of skate shoes do that as well. So again, I was expecting something a little bit different, but it is what it is. It's Jordan brand. I'm not gonna say that they half-assed it, but everything else, like I was saying, is pretty much an Air Jordan 4. You still got the breathable net, all that stuff. You got the logos on the tongue and everything. Even behind the tongue, there's still the same exact patch, upside down Air Jordan. The materials are fantastic though. Again, the suede is great. The leather is awesome. Like it feels really good. It's super soft. You touch it, creases like nobody's business. So these should break in really, really nicely, whether you're just wearing these casually or you're gonna actually skate in them. Now inside the shoe, you also have co-branding. I actually think that that looks great. Like that's a really cool logo. But the insole itself is just the basic Dream Cell. It's the black version. It's a type of polyurethane. It's not the best version of the polyurethane insoles. If anything, like I'm just kind of like surprised again. Like I'm like, there's no pour-on in the forefoot like traditional SB releases. There's no extra zoom unit in the heel, again, like traditional or old school SB releases. It's just regular, like we get this with regular releases. So like, what's skate friendly about this? Like if I was the one putting this shoe together, at the very least, the insole would have been an OG polyurethane insole, because those are just way better than these Dream Cell ones. And then the back of the shoe has the Nike SB branding. I gotta say, like this looks awesome. It's just really weird to see. I know that it could be like jarring to somebody, like especially if you're used to the Nike Air branding or just the regular Jumpman branding, but seeing the Nike SB back there, I'm not gonna say that it makes the shoe feel special or anything, because it doesn't. I love Jordan 4s either way, but it is cool, something different. Now, as far as fit is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that's exactly what I would order. Again, the toe's been reshaped a little bit, so it looks more closely to the 1989 original, and it fits amazing. Like this is my preferred fit. This is just, it feels really good. I'm not saying that I'll go play basketball in it, but they feel nice, man. Like all day wear, they're gonna be great. And just one more little thing, like they normally cheap out on the tongue a little bit. The tongue, the material, man, is nice. It's all nice. This is a great shoe. Take the SB part or collab part out of it. It's a great shoe. This is a great release. It looks fantastic. Material's fantastic. They're not gonna be easy to get though. That's gonna be the part. They're going to be a pain in the ass to get. They are going to have 2 releases though. One is going to be a skate shop exclusive. I think it's supposed to be on like the 17th. And then I think on the 21st, there's the wider release that are going to be at like select boutiques and retailers. I know a few of them that will have them, so it's not going to be as limited as, you know, other releases have been in the past. It's not like skate shop only, which I think is great. But anyways, with all that being said, let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Are you going to go after a pair or are you not? Is there anything that you see that you don't like? Is there anything that you hear about that you do like? Again, good luck to anybody going after a pair. I really hope that everybody that wants one is able to get one, except for you resellers. You guys can kiss my. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button, leave a comment for the algorithm, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hopefully we've earned that from you guys at the very least, and we will catch you on the next one. So until then, have a good one. And on the
It's okay, you made it through the intro.
I know, barely.